Welcome and thank you very much for being here. We all know what's going on. This is the groundbreaking ceremony for the new studio that should be complete sometime in October, maybe November. I don't want to say. But thank you all for being here. The actual demolition started on July 5th, and as everybody has already seen, if you do want to stay after this, the architect, Peter Scott, will give everybody a brief tour in there and let you know where everything is actually going to be going. Once this is done, though, I'd like to ask everybody to stay because we will be taking pictures outside, in front of the building and in front of the sign. And we've selected a few people to wear hard hats, so we won't let you know who you are until the time comes. So
People in this group are hard-headed.
correct. So I would actually first like to start by introducing the major players in this. Obviously, two of them right here to my left, President Ron Moses and the former Vice President Paul Roy, who is also a huge donor tonight, and we'll get to that in a minute. Jim Marr is also here. Another huge donor. Behind Jim Marr is the architect Peter Scott, who designed the entire studio. Grateful to thank him for all his hard work. To the left of him is Jane Lyman from Comcast, who graciously accepted our invitation to be here tonight. Briefly to her left is board member Todd Mahoney, Chamber President Joe Clark, former President of WCAT, Ron Vecchia. I don't do this.
Never forget what's his name.
Ron, I shouldn't have his pen. Definitely one of the founding fathers of WCAT, along with Meyer Brill and a few others who I don't know and probably have never met. But luckily for us, Ron has stuck through it thick and thin and is still with us today, so we thank him for that. Robert DeLeo, our state rep, who I'm very happy is here tonight. Actually, he has started doing some live shows from WCAT, and hopefully his next one will be from the studio, the brand new studio. So,
Well, it's going to be next Thursday, so.
oh, okay. I guess I'm not going away next Thursday.
Where your heart at?
Barbara Bishop is here also, former board member, and she has been here pretty much from day one also. I don't know your history all that much, but I know you've been here from the start.
Past presidents.
Past presidents, yeah. Lisa Dioscovi, who's on our board also, Jesse Perrier. Sharon Lee Bolger is a new board member who just found out about that not too long ago.
Yeah.
Former Selectman Richard Demento, I'm very glad he can be here with another former board member, Emil Demento. Helen Janellis is on the camera. And I don't want to leave anybody out, but we really need to get through with this, so thank everybody for being here. I have to mention Ron Doyle, who's in the back there. Thank you very much for being here. Ron's been great for all of this as well. Eric, how can I forget Eric? Eric started doing this project years before I came along, and now he's getting to see it become a reality. So, and also, of course, I have to also mention the two staff guys who are definitely the backbone of this place with me. Mike on camera, DeLuiso, and Kurt Erickson in the back there.
You've forgotten the guy who's building the job.
Oh my God.
Mike Driscoll.
Mike Driscoll in the back. He has brought the hard hats for everybody to wear, so we'll be passing those out. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
Okay, so we will start. I'm going to bring Ron Moses up right now. He has a few words to say. I'm pretty much done, but I'll be back in a minute.
Quiet as glasses. I want to thank you all for joining us here at WCAT for what is really a milestone event as far as we're concerned, and it's a milestone event for the citizens of Winthrop as well. We are delighted to have you, who are longtime supporters, joining us here tonight. Just a little bit of history. WCAT began its existence in the mid-1980s. Barbara, when was the exact time?
1986.
1987.
Actually, the Cable Advisory Committee started meeting in '84.
Right, but CAT got started about '86. And we were located at initially at the Winthrop High School. In 1989, WCAT purchased this building from the church authority. Since then, we have established an award-winning station dedicated to the benefit of our community. During that time, we have worked out of a makeshift studio in the basement. Many of you have been present in that studio. Know that when I say makeshift, I'm not kidding. This was necessary because, as you see, the main floor of our building is unheated and has no air conditioning. In addition to that, the huge windows that you can see in there provide absolutely no barrier to the outside elements, either heat or cold or rain. As a result, the main floor has been unusable for most of the year. The building also is not handicap accessible, and therefore we were unable to provide services to all our citizens. Since 1989, successive boards of directors have worked toward the date when we could build a state-of-the-art studio accessible to all. Our first step in this direction was to replace the leaky rubber roof, and you can see the damage that was caused because of that leak. And we accomplished that several years ago as soon as we had paid our mortgage off, which we did in less than the 15 years of allotted time. 13, wasn't it, Barbara? That we finally paid it off. So we are now about to realize our long-term goal of fully utilizing this building. Many people have played significant roles in reaching this goal. I would like to thank our representative, Bob DeLeo, who has been a supporter of WCAT since its inception. Bob was a selectman, along with our past president and board member, Ron Vecchia, when WCAT was created, and they were very instrumental in the creation of WCAT, and I'd like to thank you very much for your efforts over the years. I would also like to thank past Selectman Richard Demento, who is here with us tonight, as well as all the current members of the Board of Selectmen for their past and future assistance. Special thanks go to Joe Clark and the Winthrop Federal Credit Union for the generous financial package which we needed to begin this work. Without the hard work and diligence of our building committee and the leadership of Paul Roy and Jim Mark, who chaired the committee at different points in time, we could not have accomplished this goal. They deserve your accolades. WCAT has set up a program for recognizing charitable contributions to our building fund. Details will be the subject of future programs and announcements on our community bulletin board. Two of our members have come forward tonight to kick off the program. Please welcome Paul Roy of Elliott Whittier Insurance and Jim Mark of Mar Real Estate.
I'm sweating here, and it's not because of the heat. I love the heat. It's the check. So. On behalf of myself and my partners,
Come up.
yeah, come on, guys.
Come on up.
Wayne Geyer and Stephen Roy. It is our great pleasure to present this to WCAT to kick off the building program. We've been involved in the building program myself. I took over from Jim. And the first promise I made, and there's a reason why I'm not a politician, the first promise I made is, look we're having our Christmas party here this year. That was in 2001. I mean, up here. That was in 2001. Of course, the architect quickly said to me, you're not having a Christmas party here in 2001. I'm here to say, there's going to be a Christmas party here in 2005, right in here. So, with great pleasure, we contribute to this great organization, by the way. I was on the board for 6 years, and I learned a lot about the organization. I have a lot of respect for the organization as well as every one of the board members. This is an absolute pleasure for our organization, for our company. We got checks to get you started.
Thank you very much. Very much. Very well, much
I forget how many years ago it was, but Ron had called me up and asked me if I would come and serve on the board of WCAT. At the time, they were going through some problems, and they felt that I might be able to help out in some small way. I joined the board of directors and then served as chairman of the building committee. I'm like Paul, I don't like the heat. And it's not the chick that's bothering me, it's just the weather. But I got involved and took over as president after Ron left and turned over the reins of the building committee to the most capable, Paul Roy, who took the reins and then just got it to where it is now. It is a great organization, it's done a lot in the town. We have a lot to owe to Eric Dana, who was the previous executive director, and to Mike Cabral, who has done a yeoman's job in the last several years. And it's a great pleasure on my part to present this check to WCAT for future equipment, and we hope to challenge, Paul and I were talking earlier, we hope to challenge some of the businesses in the town to step up to the plate and help out WCAT, a very, very worthy nonprofit and an asset to the town of Winthrop. Thank you.
Want to get one with Mike too?
Thank you, and this is a very momentous occasion. It's funny, when I walked in here to give out the changes that are going on, I can remember, first of all, Ron and I being part of the board that sort of started this process, plus something which probably most people don't remember, but I represented as an attorney at WCAT when we bought this particular building as well, so coming here tonight has such a very, very special memory. And I also like to say that special part that WCAT really plays in our community. You know, I can't tell you the number of people that I hear around town who, you know, talk about some of the things that go on in our town, some of the things about myself, some good, some not so good, that they say they saw at WCAT. But it's just wonderful, the service that is provided to our community. And I'm just so excited to be here today and see it's just growing and growing with the partnership of Comcast and the town of Winthrop and WCAT. This is just the beginning of bigger and better things to come. And I especially want to congratulate not only the board of directors, but this guy right here, Mike Cabral. I've had the opportunity. Opportunity as a state representative and former select. Well, you weren't here when I was a select. That was a couple of years ago. As a state representative to work with Mike.
I'm a newbie to Winthrop.
And he's just been just terrific to work with, and he just represents WCAT so well. Again, God bless, and thank you, Paul, Jimmy, for your generosity. Hopefully we'll have other people that will come forward, which I will, by the way, as well, Ron. Yeah, thank you.
I'm going to try to explain very briefly. The last thing I do is the fundraising tier that Helen Janelles came up with for the plaques for the studio. If any businesses or individuals are interested in helping us with this cause, there are 5 different tiers that apply to this. The low one being, actually there's 4. The low one being the bronze, I believe. Helen, you might want to correct me if I'm wrong. I don't have all the information.
I think we also have a sponsorship.
A sponsorship for anything under $500.
Yeah.
Anything from $500 to $999 would be a bronze plaque with your name, with the business or individual's name on it. The next tier would be $1,000 to $1,999, which would be the silver. Then there'd be a $2,000 to a $49.99 for gold members, and then anything from $5,000 and up would be a separate platter with the company's name, business, and what they've donated. And that would actually, our first $5,000 plaque would obviously go to Paul Roy and his company. And that would be displayed actually in the new lobby that you're standing in right now. This lobby, the way it looks, it will not look like this in 3 months. It will be completely different. And Paul, your plaque will be shining bright. Love it. Thank you very much for that. So again, I'm to reiterate what Jim Marr said, calling any businesses in the area who want to step up to the plate and help us out. We more than likely, we could use it, very much so. You know, it's going to a good cause, and we take good care of the town, and we hope that, don't forget, it's tax deductible also, definitely.
And Mike, we can arrange to pick it up for them.
Yeah, we can. We can do that too.
If I had $1 million, 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 I'd be rich.